Hello, everyone. This is Maureen, and I am back to continue with my mosaic madness. My husband said I really needed to change my title from Mosaic Mondays to Mosaic Madness because, as I shared with you last week, I will be working on 4 different blankets, rotating out each week. And he said, "Are you crazy?" And I was like, "No, definitely going to keep me entertained and making mosaic, something that I really want to get my hands on each week. So by doing 4 blankets, I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Now, if you remember last week, I showed you my progress on the bookworm. It's not a mosaic, but I put it in with my mosaics because it has different panels and each one has a different stitch. So basically, I know it's not a mosaic, but I put it in here with it just to show you guys that, I mean, blankets are not my thing. They're really not. But I enjoy working on the mosaics because the pattern changes. You know what I mean? Especially when they're done in strips and they represent different things. Like last year, whenever I did the show lock, and then later on in the year I did the 4 seasons. Well, this year each one of them, is a little different. The bookworm, like I said, is not a mosaic, but I'm including it in this madness because it does have several panels and every panel is different. Anyway, if you wish to see my progress on the bookworm blanket, I'll leave you a link so you can go back and look at next week's. But this week, what I was working on is the calendar, crochet along calendar mosaic by Nikki's Homemade Crafts. Now, if you remember, I'll pull it up here. This is what the blanket looks like. And I will leave a link down in the description box if you wish to go and hook up with her. Now, she is releasing the tutorials for each section once a month. But you can go over to her website, or I can't remember if I got this off of Ravelry or Etsy, but I went ahead and bought the whole pattern so that I could print out month by month because I am going to be working on it each month. I'm not going to get ahead. Um, and so that by December, when I work on December's piece, it'll be completed. But anyway, I did start on it. Now, folks, um, I've shared with you before in many projects that I work on from other people's patterns. Sometimes I have to go in and adjust for the aesthetics for myself because I'm a little picky. And right off the bat in her pattern, even though I tried to follow it, I spent probably 2 days just going, do I want to, do I not, do I not, what do we do? And finally, I just gave up, ripped it all out, and went in and did something a little bit different to start it out. Now, uh, there's nothing wrong with the pattern, folks. Absolutely nothing wrong with the pattern. It's just the aesthetics for myself. The pattern calls for you to work with 2 rows of single crochets. Most mosaics start you out that way. And then once you change to your next color, then you're working with your double crochets at that point, mixed in with some half double crochets. And where we were to put the double crochets was right back into that very first row, which is right there with your chains. Now, and of course, she gives you the option. You can either chain 228 chains and then do your single crochets, or you can use the single crochet foundation. Well, the first time I went through, I used the single crochet foundation because, folks, if I can get away doing that, I love it. But in working into that bottom part of the single crochet foundation, I just didn't like the way it was looking. And I know I'm going to come back and when I'm finished and put a border around there, but it didn't give enough distance for me. like I said, it's all about me. It's the way I like things to look. So I ripped it all out. I doubled the number of single crochets. So instead of 2 single crochets, I had 4. And that gave me aesthetically what I was looking for. So what I want to show you is, see that little bitty, let me get you up here. Okay, see that little bitty white there of the row before we start in with the blue for the snowman and the snowflakes and stuff. Yeah, there just wasn't enough distance between that and when I come back to put on the border. So as I said, for Maureen, to make it pretty for myself, not for anything else, I went ahead and added in a couple of extra rows, and now I'll be much happier, which means, of course, whenever I finish off the December section, I'll have to do the same thing with it, but that's okay. I just like a little bit more distance there before my pattern actually starts. So really where I'm at the moment is just the blue bottom, and I'm right at the bottom where the little snowmen are going to be sitting. So I think, yeah, that's right. Right where the snowmen are going to be sitting. So that's going to be pretty awesome, I think. And I'm really going to like the way that looks. So that's all the progress that I made on this calendar blanket. But in the meantime, my Hobby Lobby order came in. So now I can show you the colors that I picked for these other 2 mosaics that I will be rotating out with, you know, throughout the month. One week will be one that I'll be showing you in the next week. And so anyway, so the colors I'm going to show you here first are for this beautiful Aztec blanket design. Now, of course, hers were in some pure solid colors. Yes, there you go. But whenever I saw it, I immediately went to a skein in my head that screamed Aztec. And it is a colorway from, my yarn's getting ready to drop here, from Hobby Lobby that's called Dakota. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And I immediately saw that I wanted the design itself, which is the beige here. Those beige design there. That is the Aztec design. So that's what I'm going to put this in. And then I went back and forth between a couple of colors that I wanted. But look what I chose for the tan to set that off. Isn't that pretty, pretty, pretty? I mean, when I pulled it out of the box a couple of days ago, when I got my box and showed my husband what I had picked, he said, "It's definitely going to be bright, isn't it?" And I said, "Yes, it is." So that's what I've chosen for this blanket. And folks, I'm so in love with it. I think this is the one I'm going to work on for this next week to show you how the colors are going together. And yes, I'm just really excited about this one. I also have the yarn to show you for this beautiful blanket, the Desert Mosaic. Now remember, I'm doing this darker colored section here. She had it in 2 different colors. I mean, she used I believe for this darker one here, she used Red Heart's color theory. And I can't remember what she used over here. But anyway, I liked the darker colors. But I didn't choose Red Heart. I love this yarn, gal. So since I was making my order from Hobby Lobby, I just went ahead and got the yarn for this as well. So, let's see. I was trying to figure out how I was going to show you this. Well, this is my base color. All right. This is just what is it called here? This is called linen, and it's going to be the main color throughout the whole of the blanket. And then I chose this, I'm here. This is called Light Sage, and that will represent my cactus. And then we have some beautiful cinnamon that is built into a lot of those designs. And that's showing up a little bit orangey, but it's not. It's a cinnamon color, or terracotta. Thank you. That's what it is. Yes, it's the terracotta. Sorry. And I chose this one to offset some of the brown that's shown up in there. I didn't think there was enough of a contrast, so I went with this terracotta because there are going to be rows in which these two colors are combined, and I wanted this terracotta to stand out a little bit more. Now, folks, when I opened up my box, I saw that I had a lot of this color, and I thought somebody pulled the wrong colors here because I didn't remember ordering this one or as much of this particular color. But evidently I did. So my little mountaintops that in her colorway is a beautiful like blue spruce effect. I'm going more with that peacock color. But that's okay. I mean, I guess maybe if the sun shone on those blue spruce mountains just right, it could be a little brighter. But who knows? Anyway, I'm going to stick with it. I think it'll be a nice pop to set off those browns and cinnamons and the green for the cactus. So I'm just going to roll with it. But anyway, I wanted to show you the colors that I had chosen to give you a little bit idea of what to expect whenever I start pulling up these blankets, these mosaics, to show you from week to week. Like I said, I can just almost guarantee you folks that Aztec will be the next one that I crank out and get started on, because I'm just so excited to see these two colors come together, because I love Aztec designs. I really, really do. Anything Southwestern, man, is just right up my alley. I love it. It represents my part of Texas that I live in. So I'm really excited to get started on this one. And you know, the more I think about this particular blanket, I don't think it's going to be going anywhere. I don't think it's going to end up on the Christmas gift giving list. So anyway, so that's all I have for you for this week for my Mosaic madness, as my husband likes to call it. I do hope that you will stay around and come back and join me each week to see my progress and to leave me a little comment. What do you think of my color choices? Do you think I'm off in left field? Do you think, Maureen, you need to get a color wheel or get some better color advice or something? Because as I've told you before, color's not my thing. I know things that I like, and I do try to follow patterns as closely as possible, but sometimes I just get a wild hair and decide to go off on my own. You know what I mean? So until tomorrow, or next week, as far as the blankets are concerned, uh, leave me a comment down in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Let me know, are you working on a mosaic blanket? Which one is it? I may have to go and add that to my list of blankets this year. You never know. I'm always on the lookout for a good mosaic pattern. So, yeah, tomorrow, hope to show you a little bit more progress on my little Muppet dog. So be sure to be looking for that. And then Thursday, I'll be live with Carrie in the mornings at 11 Eastern Standard Time. So be sure to hook in there with me. And I don't know yet what I'm going to do about Friday. Just haven't thought that far. But then I'm still in my scheduling and getting things worked out as to where I want to put what. So stay tuned. You never know what's going to happen here on this channel. I love you guys so much for being here. Please always remember to be the light out there in the darkness for someone today, because you never know. Could be your light they're waiting to see. I love you guys. Catch you next time on the YouTube streets. Bye.